continue to promote a demonstrably false narrative is alarming. The findings of the special counsel conclusively refute your past and present assertions and have exposed you as having abused your position to knowingly promote false information, having damaged the integrity of this committee and undermined the faith in the United States government and its institutions. Your actions, both past and present, are incompatible with your duty as chairman of this committee, which alone in the House of Representatives has the obligation and authority to provide effective oversight of the U.S. intelligence community. As such, we have no faith in your ability to discharge your duties in a manner consistent with your constitutional responsibility and urge your immediate resignation as chairman of the committee. Mr. Chairman, this letter is signed by all 9 members of the Republican side of the House, of the committee, and I ask unanimous consent to be entered into the record of today's hearing.
Everyone, welcome back to Congress Daily. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a political showdown that you won't want to miss. It's all about Adam Schiff, Jim Jordan, and the Republicans making waves in the House Intelligence Committee. Schiff's actions are under scrutiny, and now all 9 Republican members are demanding his resignation. But what's really going on here? In today's video, I'll break down why Schiff is facing these demands, the accusations being thrown his way, and how he's defending his stance. So stick around, and if you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Let's kick things off with the main event. All 9 Republican members of the House Intelligence Committee have signed—
Without objection. I'm going to turn to our witnesses who are the subject of the hearing today, but before I do, and as you have chosen, instead of addressing the hearing to simply attack me, consistent with the President's attacks, I do want to respond in this way. My colleagues may think it's okay that the Russians offered dirt on the Democratic candidate for president as part of what was described as the Russian government's effort to help the Trump campaign. You might think that's okay. My colleagues might think it's okay that when that was offered to the son of the president, who had a pivotal role in the campaign, that the president's son did not call the FBI. He did not adamantly refuse that foreign help. No, instead, that son said that he would love the help of the Russians. You might think it's okay that he took that meeting. You might think it's okay that Paul Manafort, the campaign chair, someone with great experience in running campaigns, also took that meeting. You might think it's okay that the president's son-in-law also took that meeting. You might think it's okay that they concealed it from the public. You might think it's okay that their only disappointment after that meeting was that the dirt they received on Hillary Clinton wasn't better. You might think that's okay. You might think it's okay that when it was discovered a year later that they lied about that meeting and said it was about adoptions. You might think it's okay that the president is reported to have helped dictate that lie. You might think that's okay. I don't. You might think it's okay that the campaign chairman of a presidential campaign would offer information about that campaign to a Russian oligarch in exchange for money or debt forgiveness. You might think that's okay. I don't. You might think it's okay that that campaign chairman offered polling data, campaign polling data to someone linked to Russian intelligence. I don't think
have signed a letter demanding Adam Schiff step down as chairman. They claim he's been promoting a false narrative about Russian collusion during the 2016 election. Schiff is accused of pushing this storyline despite the Mueller report concluding no criminal activity or collusion. So, what does that mean for Schiff's role as chairman? We're going to get into that, but first, hit the subscribe button if you want more updates like this. The Republicans' main accusation is that Schiff knowingly pushed a false narrative. They argue that even after the Mueller report was released, showing no evidence of Trump's campaign colluding with Russia, Schiff kept the story alive. In the eyes of many Republicans, this has damaged the credibility of the committee and public trust in U.S. institutions. Schiff, as chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, holds a critical position.
I don't think it's okay that he advocated a new and more favorable policy towards the Russians, even as he was seeking the Russians' help, the Kremlin's help to make money. I don't think it's okay that his attorney lied to our committee. There's a different word for that than collusion, and it's called compromise. And that is the subject of our hearing today.
Mr.
Ambassador, you are recognized for your opening statement. I will not yield. Mr. Ambassador,
Well, gentlemen, yield because you just made some things about all of us that I think we all should get the opportunity to respond to. If you're going to say we think, you ought to allow us to speak of what we think.
You can use your 5 minutes to speak. You attacked me in your opening statement, and
I have not had an opportunity to respond at all, especially to your statements of what we think, because no one over here thinks that.
A critical position with influence over national security and intelligence oversight. Republicans argue that if Schiff can't let go of a debunked narrative, how can he effectively oversee the intelligence community? But here's where things get heated. Schiff doesn't just accept these accusations without a fight. Now, Adam Schiff didn't take these accusations lightly. He became emotional during the hearing. He believes the Trump campaign's actions were troubling. For example, he pointed to the Trump Tower meeting where Donald Trump Jr. met with a Russian lawyer to get dirt on Hillary Clinton. Schiff argues that these actions, whether or not they're criminal, are still deeply immoral, unethical, and possibly corrupt. He's standing firm that this kind of behavior compromises American values, security, and democracy. It's clear that Schiff feels this is a fight worth having, but Republicans still see this as a major problem. Now let's talk about who's leading the charge against Schiff. Enter Congressman Mike Conway from Texas. He's been one of the loudest voices in the Republican push to have Schiff step down. Conway and other Republicans point to Schiff's refusal to acknowledge the conclusions of the Mueller report as a major issue. Instead of accepting the findings and moving on, Schiff continued to fuel the narrative that the Trump campaign was somehow involved in a Russian plot. For Republicans, this is not just about politics. It's about the integrity of the Intelligence Committee. They believe Schiff's actions are damaging the committee's credibility, and they're not backing down from their call for his resignation. But there's one more aspect of this battle that's worth discussing, and that's the broader implications for the Intelligence Committee itself. So, where does this leave us? The fight over Schiff's leadership is far from over. Republicans are still pushing hard for his resignation, citing concerns about public trust in the intelligence community. Schiff's emotional defense shows just how much he believes in his cause, but with both sides digging in their heels, it looks like this battle will continue to escalate. In the end, the question remains, can Schiff continue to lead the committee with all these accusations hanging over him? Will the Republicans get their way, or will Schiff's defense sway the public? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Should Schiff step down, or is he just doing his job? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Alright, that wraps up today's breakdown. There's a lot to unpack here, and this situation is still evolving, so make sure to stay tuned for more updates. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in